So a month ago, I ambushed Mufti Yasir Wajdi's channel, which had my favorite punching bag, Daniel Hakika Pikachu. So he was there, and then after me, Apostate Prophet went there as well. But I just wanted to highlight something because I see these comments over and over again that Muslims actually make fun of people's mental health. They make fun of disorders like depression and anxiety. They make fun of it, and they talk down. So there was a conversation between AP and Daniel Hakikachu, and if you want to say that he didn't make fun of it, but he definitely made some sarcastic comments. So I think it's probably important if you actually have a look at that and then see their whole worldview is full of contradictions. It just is so embarrassing, and then they keep changing the goalpost. Have a look at this one. Can I?
On the flip side, by the way, it's so brave. Like, the fact that AP and people, when they talk about even like what Derek does, he so openly talks about things that he's dealt with. AP talks about anxiety, having anxiety attacks. Derek talks about grappling with addiction of, some of the most like substances that would kill you. And had it have been different, it would have taken his life. And to see these in these conversations where you should be talking on the topic and like sticking to Islam or whatever the topic of the debate is, and for these ad hominems to be so just demeaning and trivializing, almost using, I've seen how AP gets hounded by like followers of these dawah guys, and they just mock the fact that he'd have an anxiety attack or like preempt the fact that he might have one if he's got an upcoming debate, and use it to literally like it's playground bullying. It's like you have no empathy or understanding of mental health at all. How arrogant are you to think that that is somebody's weakness or a point to bully them on? That's just it's an extension of this horrible mob mentality. And I mean, their behavior speaks for itself, right? Like I am so grateful I'm not in this circle where you guys think it's okay to laugh at someone having an anxiety attack in the middle of a conversation on a public platform, and instead of offering that person like support or safe outreach or saying good for you, you taunt them, and you don't let you give them fake nicknames based on things. It's horrible.
Yeah, that whole nickname that they gave to him, they did it after in the wake of that. Have a listen to it. But that's only just Nuria. You're making a compassionate argument to people who don't even flinch when it comes to beheading you and me. So
true.
That's just that's just asking the impossible. But there's another point to it. So have a look at this video.
Daniel, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Calm down. It's okay. I'm just asking questions. Don't be scared.
You're the one who had an anxiety attack on camera. Like, you're telling me not to be scared.
Look at this. Mufti Yasir Wajdi is smiling at that. Can you see that?
Laughed at it. Not even that. He leant back and laughed. As in like that. Yeah, Daniel's so right. Why are you trying to act big?
Yeah. Let's just listen to it.
On camera, like you're telling me not to be scared.
I have an anxiety disorder, also a depression.
Yeah,
disorder.
I know. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying you need to be careful.
Yes, you did
because of your disorder.
You did make
because
fun
of your
disorder.
disorder.
You're personally attacking me again.
Stop
attacking me. Just let me speak.
I have a question for you. So you have this anxiety problem, which I'm sorry about it. But did you have it before you became apostate or after you became apostate?
Before.
Why is that such a leading question? What the hell?
Yeah, because Nuria, because he thinks that
his apostasy, he had something which obviously led to him apostasizing. But do you see that they're so adamant to cling on to that connection, even though it has no bearing on that whatsoever? Do you know how many people are walking around with anxiety disorders? It's way more common than they think. Just because they've got an apostate with them, he's trying to link it and say, oh, look, everybody that leaves Islam or apostatizes has some form of disorder, as if that's so uncommon and such a bad thing that it leads you to leave Islam. That explains the way he thinks. He's not normal. He's not right. That's all the things he's trying to like ask with that leading question.
Yeah, but Nuria, stay put. Trust me, you're gonna get the biggest satisfaction at the end of it.
Okay, sick.
all my life. I've had ADHD, depression, anxiety, and all of that since I was about 12 years old. It has nothing to do with apostatizing.
Just AP.
That's a very bad line of career for someone who has an anxiety disorder. That's a very bad line of career for someone who has an anxiety disorder. That's a very bad line of career for someone who has an anxiety disorder.
If you have this kind of problem, why are you involved in debate?
Should I not do this? Should I not speak my mind because I have mental weaknesses or illnesses that many Muslims also suffer from? Bangladesh is one of the highest countries in terms of depression. Do you think Bangladesh should not engage in public discourse and debates?
Well, what? If
someone who has an anxiety problem, it's not wise to engage in public debates. Someone who has an anxiety problem, it's not wise to engage in public debates.
There's nothing wrong in being depressed. There's nothing wrong in having anxiety attacks. The Prophet was depressed, alayhi salam.
Yes.
Not only that,
he tried to kill himself.
To commit suicide.
Yes, he flung himself off a mountain.
Yeah, so
and it wasn't once.
So hang on a second, Daniel. But again, these guys shift their goalposts. But again, I'm at the end of it, I'm gonna put that one. Oh, you know that video meme? Oh, they're like a bunch of kids. They're just laughing at it.
Yeah.
That's why I called him Daniel Own Goal Hakikachu. He's saying if you have anxiety or depression issues, then it's not wise to have a career in public debates. Yeah, I think Muhammad should have taken your advice because, he went, no, actually, Hakikachu might be right, actually, because he's saying, Muhammad didn't bother debating with anyone. He just said, oh, you don't believe me? Take off their neck. That's what Muhammad did. That's what Muhammad did. He killed all the blasphemers, people who challenged him, people who challenged his authority or his teachings, like Nadir ibn Harith, Abu Afaq, Asma bint Marwan, all these guys. When they challenged him, he said, who will rid me of the daughter of Marwan? That's what Muhammad said. So we'll actually cover that separately, how many people Muhammad killed in the name of blasphemy. So
and how many he's still killing from beyond his grave.
Exactly. I think our Abdullah Gondal made a post on Facebook because he's also been taken off Twitter.
He's been banned as well.
Oh, he was banned a long time ago, and then I think he tried again, and then he was screwed again. Have a look at this one.
Yeah, he made a good meme.
Prophet Muhammad has killed more people from his grave than outside of it.
Which is saying a lot because he killed a lot of people even in his lifetime. So that's actually saying a lot.
Well, when we go
later, the list just keeps getting longer and longer. The amount of blood that man has on his hands, whether you believe in a real historical Muhammad or not, the amount of deaths and murders attributed to his name is wild.
But it's a serious proposition for Muslims to ponder upon. We say that, Stalin, Mao, and we say it's the name of the communism, and a lot of people blame it all goes back to Marx and Engels. Or let's just say Karl Marx. It just goes to Karl Marx. And you can make an analogy that, he gave an idea of impossible or improbable utopia that ended up giving rise to Leninism, Trotskyism, and Stalinism, and all these isms with little variants in them. And that led to the demise of millions upon millions. Some people say hundreds of millions of people. So if you want to blame Karl Marx for all these millions of people who died in the name of communism or in an effort to achieve this communist utopia, then why would you not blame Muhammad? Because he gave an idea of Islam. Okay, you believe it is true, and so did all these communist revolutionaries. They also believed that is a proper way forward. Then any person who dies because of Islam or in the name of Islam, Muhammad is responsible for it because he invented it, he created it. So yeah, it's but I thought I'll share that. It's quite funny how they're making fun of depression and anxiety, and they're saying that people should not be public speakers if they have these problems. Your holiest
world leaders are diagnosed with depression as well. Like everybody would be in their houses if it was for Daniel. Nobody would be speaking in public.
Sometimes I think you need to have, because you need a bit of a gentle soul and very I don't know. Maybe people who think a lot, maybe they get some really dark thoughts as well, and it can lead to it. But anyway, guys, just as a disclaimer, if you're having mental health issues, there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like me having a pain in my arm or anything. It's just an illness, and there is help and support out there. Just don't be bogged down by idiots like Hakikachu or any of these people who make fun of people's mental disorders. There's nothing wrong with you. Go and speak to someone. How you feel today, how you are today. There's no guarantee you'd be like that in 6 months' time, a year, 5 years' time. You'll have a long life ahead of you, and you would look back and you'll be like, I did something about my problem.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.